For the 85th time, the Fair Hill Races were held this past weekend. New this year was the addition of twilight racing on Friday afternoon. Marking the changes coming to Fair Hill as part of its elevation to a 5-star equestrian venue was a groundbreaking ceremony and gala that drew the racing community, supporters, and local officials. Cecil TV's Hannah Rodenbaugh was there.
Welcome back to Cecil TV. We're here at Fair Hill Races with Nancy Simpers, the chair of Fair Hill Races. Nancy, tell us about what's planned for the event tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Weather-wise, we're going to do the same. We're going to have 6 races. There will be all hurdle races. And we look for a good crowd, probably 10 to 12,000 people. There's something for everybody to do. Vendors Village for the kids, or for the ladies, and for the kids, there's all kinds of pony rides, stick pony races. Good day. Lots of betting.
It's been 85 years since Mr. DuPont established Fair Hill Races. What do you have planned for this year?
Lots of things are happening. On Tuesday, they will be starting the construction of the 5-star, and we'll be on our way. Hopefully by next fall we will be able to race. We will not be racing next May.
Okay. Great, thank you. We're here at Fair Hill Races with Jay Griswold, the Vice President of the Fair Hill Foundation. Mr. Griswold, what can you tell us about the steeplechase renovations in particular?
Well, the steeplechase renovations are a huge part of this. They are coincident with the turf track, and it's going to be a first-class racing surface, both for turf horses and for steeplechase horses. It'll be one of the best in the country when it's completed in December of this year. It's going to be absolutely fabulous, and it will be a home for steeplechasing, a true home for steeplechasing, which it needs.
What do you see in the future of Fair Hill Races?
I see more racing. I see international racing. In 1986, they had the Breeders' Cup here. It was on NBC Sports, and it was a great race with British horses, American horses, New Zealand horses, French horses, from all over the world. And that's going to come here again.
Wonderful. We look forward to it. Thank you. I'm here with Ross Petticord, the Executive Director of the Maryland Horse Industry Board. Mr. Petticord, tell us, why is horse industry important to the Maryland economy?
Well, it has about a $1.5 million annual economic impact. Not only do people buy horses and show them, they buy hay, about $80 million worth a year, feed, supplies, you name it, farms, real estate. I mean, it's a huge industry in Maryland. It's in agriculture, there's the poultry industry, there's the landscaping and forestry industry, and then there's the equine industry, and they're the 3 largest parts of the state's agricultural economy. We have 16,000 horse farms in Maryland, and more horses per square mile than any other state in the U.S.
Very interesting. And can you describe the 5-star aspect in particular?
Yes, it was very important for us to win the bid for the 5-star. Because there are only 6 of these in the world. There are 2 in England, there's 1 in Australia, 1 in Germany, and 1 in France, and there's just 1 here in North America. The international organization that sanctions these events had opportunity for 1 more to be sanctioned within probably this century. And so it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They wanted it in North America. We were invited at Fair Hill to bid on it. We'd had a 3-star here for 30 years, probably the second most important 3-day event of its kind in this country, next to the one in Kentucky, which was a 4-star. Now they've upgraded the 4 stars to 5 stars, and we won that bid. So it will bring these events around the world, generally bring over 3 to 4 days, 60 to 80,000 people to that area from all over the world. So the prestige of having this 5-star event will be enormous for Maryland. We will, along with Kentucky, be the only state that has a Triple Crown race and one of these 5-star events. So it's quite an accolade for the state of Maryland, and quite important for the growth of the horse industry and for maintaining the size of our horse industry now.
So 5-star racing is putting Fairhill on the map. Thank you so much, Mr. Petticord.
Thank you.
Good evening and welcome back to 30 at 6 on Cecil TV. I'm Hannah Rodenbaugh and we are here at the Fairhill Raceway with State Delegate Kevin Hornberger of District 35A. Delegate Hornberger, tell us, what is the role of the delegation in funding this equine project?
Great question. Actually, the role of the delegation is twofold. The first process was we had to convince Governor Hogan that this was a worthwhile endeavor and a project that should be funded and benefit the whole state. We worked together as a team to do that. He bought in fully, and then we worked with his budget secretary, David Brinkley, to incorporate funding for this project in the state budget. The second parcel of that was actually the delegation working on both the House and Senate sides to preserve that funding and make sure that it wasn't manipulated as it went through the process. Yep, so major roles.
Thank you. We are here with County Executive Alan McCarthy. Dr. McCarthy, can you tell us the role of the county in funding this project?
The county basically is a participant in the Fairhill event here. Hold that back a little bit. And we're basically helping them in every way that we can, facilitating the permitting process and enabling them to get all the necessary requirements to do this job.
How do you foresee this project impacting the economy of Cecil County?
This will be the icing on the cake. This will be one of the greatest things that's happened. Most of the county is starting to develop significantly, but this Fairhill event will basically be a major, major improvement. This will bring regional as well as international recognition to Fairhill, the state of Maryland, and the Middle Atlantic states.
Thank you so much, Dr. McCarthy.
Anything else?
On Saturday, the near-perfect weather drew a large crowd to watch and wager on 6 steeplechase events. The country fair atmosphere of the Fairhill races provides a more intimate race day experience, with fans lining the paddock fence and the seeming egalitarian mingling of racegoers and horsemen. But this year there was more than the usual excitement in the air, as the Fairhill races is set to undergo its transformation to host larger crowds and more prestigious events. For Cecil TV, this is Doug Donnelly.